Peace and blessings to everyone. The idea is to make a short introduction for the upcoming 100 Days of Tantra course. So Tantra is a vast subject. What we are presenting here comes from our lineage master, Naropa, a great mystic from India who passed these instructions into Tibet and then down now through to us in the West. There's an unbroken lineage of instruction. There are many different dimensions to Tantra, many different practices. And in our classes, in our groups, we've practiced Kriya Tantra, the lower form of Tantra, in which we invite the divine energy before us and receive blessings. But in the Tantra we'll be exploring this term. It's called Highest Yoga Tantra, and in which we become the divine expression itself. So we begin when we're beginning the Highest Yoga Tantra, we start with, at this stage, it's called generation stage or creation stage. And we're essentially using the power of our imagination to invoke, through imagination, through symbolism, invoke the divine energies. And the idea, the condensation of all the vows, is to see yourself and this world as sacred, as the divine. So the previous classes and groups we've done are preparation, in which we work on ourselves from the initial stages in which we're developing gratitude and understanding that we're not to invest our energy, our identity into this life. And we are dust. And then we develop the good heart. We're developing love. And this is preparation for entering into Tantra, the good heart. And of course, we've been working on emptiness, the understanding of how things are. And when we start to understand how things are, we can say we become like co-creators of our reality with the divine. So of course Tantra is very high practice. It's like a training program where you understand the practices that we're engaged in. Of course, we are a Gnostic school. my master says, like the Sufis will take the practices from other traditions and give it a kiss and take on and invest it with love. Now, for those that are new, we followed the Lamrim, the stages of the path. So in the Gnostic school, that means we're concerned with inner knowledge and inner experience. So the inner knowledge and the inner experience is the development of the human soul, which is universal. To put it simply, you're either loving or you're not. Like that. So, in particular, on this course, we will be focusing on Vajrayogini. This is the Divine Mother in the form, the aspect, the symbolic representation of the Divine Mother. That when we go to her for our spiritual growth, she comes in this aspect to remove our ego. When she comes as Tara, Mother Tara, then she's a protector. Yeah, she protects us from outer dangers, inner dangers, and she comes as very loving energy. Vajrayogini comes drinking blood and with a knife. So she comes to cut the garbage from our lives. So this can appear, it's symbolized as wrathful. So it's like the stern aspect of our mother to help us grow up spiritually. So it's a very blessed, very powerful practice. So everyone is welcome to engage in the practice. And traditionally, very, very secret, and you need an empowerment to engage in the practice of Vajrayogini. So in our time, in the West, it's important that we understand what the practice is first. Because in the East, then it was enmeshed in the culture. So even though they weren't given the instructions directly until they had the empowerment, they knew, had a feel for what the practice was and what it was about. So that would be, it's not very helpful for us in the West. So we can receive the instructions, and then if one wants to continue with the practice, then we take the empowerment. And the empowerment is like a commitment to the practice. Although we can take the empowerment simply as a blessing, some beautiful imprint upon our consciousness, or we can take it as a commitment that we are committed to serving the divine. And that's an individual choice. But the point is that the classes are open, and this is also part of the new era of the spiritual unfoldment on the planet at the moment. Yeah, everything's out, information is out. So we can, again, take that symbolically, that we don't just engage this. The idea is not just like some kind of curiosity, but we're interested, so then we can come and check it out. And if we are sincere and we want to continue and go deeper, then we receive an empowerment. So Vajrayogini and Tantra is very, very beautiful practice. And I hope that if you come along to the classes, you can feel the beauty of a way of life on this earth that's sacred, joyful, and the potentiality of your unfoldment of life is one of creativity, amazement, adventure. We're not here to crawl on this earth like slaves to a corporation, but we're here to fly free in the sky. This is another name for Dakini, sky dancer, freedom. So, may you be blessed, and whatever path that you are on, may you find success, and may your heart be open. God bless.